So welcome to this final race of the final weekend here of the 2016 championship year for the MC Insurance British Superbikes. And Shaky, you said in the earlier chat we had that you were desperate to give the fans something to cheer about. You certainly did in that final race.
I think it was more that I was desperate to, any of these guys will tell you, the difference between winning a race and finishing second is so big. That it's one place, but the emotion and the sensation and the relief that you get when you win a race is like nothing else. So in some ways to finish sixth or whatever it was to take the title was a little bit, it wasn't quite so special. And I was determined to have a really, really strong race in that last one, but I was 10th on the grid, so on the fourth row, which wasn't ideal. James hit the nail on the head then when he said that there's so many guys, even in sort of 10th to 15th place, that are really, really difficult to pass. And there's also guys, always at the last round of the year that seem to find a bit of form that they haven't been able to find until whenever. I think from a consistency point of view, certainly Leon, James, myself, we've been there week in, week out. But you always get people that come along in the last round and go real good. But the problem is when you're trying to fight for a place yourself, it makes it really, really difficult. The first race that got red flagged was particularly tricky. But that last one, I was so desperate to get to the front and made some big moves. And the frustrating thing for me was my bike was really, really strong out of Surtees and along the back straight and down into Hawthorn. But fair play to Stuart and the organisers. They put a yellow flag from the bridge until the exit of Hawthorn. So that was one of my big overtaking opportunities gone. So. My friend said to me on the grid, "What are you going to do now if that's got yellow flags?" I said, "I'm just going to have to get creative." And I put some moves and worked my way up to the front. And honestly, it's not an excuse, but I honestly thought I had one more lap to go. And Leon and I had a little bit of a dice. And then I got onto the back of John. And I thought, right, I've got one more lap. This is it. Come on, if you're going to win a race, you've got one lap to do it. And, my pace was good and I felt really, really strong. But I come round for the next lap and the checkered flag was out. So it was good to finish on the podium. I'm really, really happy. I'm absolutely delighted for the BYs or PBM Ducati team. It was a nice way to sign off the year. Congratulations to James. He's waited all year for one win, and like buses, he's got two. So he's deserved it. He's always there and never, ever gives up. So I'm chuffed to bits for James and John to be on the podium too. I said to him, it's good that you're back. And fingers crossed we'll all be, along with Leon and a couple of other guys, we'll all be fighting it out again next year, hopefully.
John, you pushed James really hard there. Were you plotting a move at any stage during the race?
To be honest, I was like, for most of it, I was just trying to hang on to him, and I just saw +000 on my board. So I mean, I was in the point where I was having to ride defensive, brake late, and try and kind of close off into the apex of the corners as much as I could, but yet still while trying to stay with James. I mean, I was on the back of him, and I mean, it was just he was getting such good drives out of the corners that. I was going to struggle to really, really make a move on him. And, I was trying lap after lap, looking where I might be able to make a move. And unfortunately, it was only if he made a big... So no, it's good to repay the team with good results, and I can't thank the guys enough. I mean, I'm still hungrier than ever, and hoping to close a deal here pretty soon to get me back next year.
We'd love to see you back, John. Congratulations on a fantastic end to the 2016 season, turning, if we may, to race winner Hey, I'll tell you what, James, you've been working hard at it all weekend, and 2 come along, D for double at the final weekend.
Oh, I've been working at it all year. I'm just not made it yet. Yeah, it's been tough. You know, it's a horrendous championship this year. Everybody, well, top 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 guys are capable of winning. You know, given a decent grid slot in qualifying. And that's just how tough it is, you know. If you're with the pack fighting in the sort of midfield area, the guys are still bloody quick, and it's hard to kind of get through and get to the front. But I think the secret this year is about qualifying in the front row and getting away with the guys and not kind of getting messed up too much, you know. Because like I said, everybody's got the pace. Everybody's got a fast pace. Sorry, we're breaking lap records left, right, and centre, and that little 10-lap dash then, I just did not leave anything on the table. You know, I fought really hard for that. John kept me honest the whole race. I didn't know there was a group behind until the end. And this is a difference between winning and finishing 5th or 6th. You know, if I'd have run wide in one corner, I'd have come home in 5th, 6th, 7th place. So it is that difficult. You know, we had that middle part of the year where we didn't do so well. We started off strong and we've ended it strong as well. You know, we've had a run of podiums now and 2 wins, and potentially, you know, I could have been on the podium yesterday if I didn't turbo myself going into Graham Hill. But it is what it is, full of ifs and buts. We've ended up 3rd in the championship. I'm really happy with that, considering, you know, the down part of the season. And yeah, it's a weird sort of feeling at the minute. You know, I've been desperate for this BSB championship for years, and I felt that the last 2 years it's just injury that's let me down. I've had the team behind me, I've had the bike behind me, and this year it's just been a few other issues really. I've kept 100% fit, apart from the knock on the head yesterday. I've still seen Tweety Pie at the minute. Still feeling a little bit dizzy, if I'm honest. Or it might be the champagne. But yeah, it's been a tough year. But finishing 3rd to Shaky and Leon, you know, it's no mean feat. You know, I'll respect that. You know, I got beat fair and square, and I'll move on next year, hopefully to a faster, stronger package, and come back and try and take that title off him.
Fantastic stuff. We'll talk more about the championship in a moment, but for now, congratulations on a brilliant day. 2 wins, 2 victories. Congratulations, James.
Thank you.